Hi, I'm Maria Ingold. I'm a CTO in video technology, and I'm at Connected Media IP at the NAB Show 2019. And joining me is Andrew Heimbold, who is the CEO of SingularLive. So, welcome.
Thank you for having me, Maria.
So, firstly, what are you looking forward to most at the NAB Show?
You know, the show every year is a great opportunity to see what's new, what's coming out, an opportunity to get a quick snapshot of the industry, see how it's progressing from prior years, and seeing what the new buzzwords are and the new technologies. And in our case, when you have a platform that can work in a B2B space, really understanding what the needs of our potential and existing clients could be.
On that note, can you tell us a little bit about Singular?
You got it. Singular is a digital overlay platform. It was born out of years of experience in traditional broadcast doing CG and graphics overlays, but we realized that there was a unique opportunity to serve a much needed underserved market, the growing streamers and influencers and gamers, with a platform that didn't quite have the technology or understanding to build a modern broadcast. So Singular, we took the best of traditional broadcast workflow, but applied it in a modern way using HTML, so it renders in a browser. No dedicated hardware, software, everything works in the cloud, and it's scalable and very flexible.
So this is the thing that we kind of forget to think about. We're all thinking about, let's deliver some video, but you're saying, hey, let's not burn in the graphics, let's create a graphical overlay, and then you can interact with it.
Well, Maria, that's a really great point. You know, most solutions today just allow you to burn graphics into a feed, making what we call a dirty feed. It's a one-size-fits-all methodology. So even if you're watching that football game on your phone, the graphics, it's the same graphics. They might be too small to read. So with traditional approaches, they've only created an on-stream opportunity. With Singular, you can render the graphics, since it's using open standards in HTML, on the device and on demand, meaning they can be responsive graphics. So meaning when someone's watching it on the phone, the graphics can be slightly larger, but also they can be interactive and that can have live data. You want to watch it in a different language, just flip the switch and you can see it in French, Spanish, German. It's all data driven. And these things, we're used to seeing this every day on our web browsers. So we just took the technology that was already available in a traditional sense, but it applied it using broadcast methodologies and workflow.
So can you give me some examples of your customers who are using this and how they're using it?
Sure, there's a lot of great examples on that. At the simplest level, we have an influencer who does a makeup show who's simply using this to do graphics. Her show couldn't afford to have your traditional kit, which can be very expensive, and traditional HD-SDI workflows require a lot of other equipment, downstream keyers, switchers, maybe even routers and sync generators, all which go into a much larger solution that might be out of the scope of the smaller influencers. So with Singular, they were able to do it in a browser and work with their existing desktop software. We have compatibility with not only desktop platforms from vMix and XSplit and OBS to cloud solutions like Grabio and EasyLive. So it's a very easy way to do this. So, and that was in standard on-stream overlays. Red Bull Media was able to use this for their 2018 Red Bull Rampage, and in that case they wanted to do voting and polling. So on the feed they put an interactive overlay, so 178,000 people simultaneously were able to vote and choose their best riders and drivers, and the data came back in real time. So they were able to create this whole interactive engagement layer using Singular. And that part, the on-device and on-demand aspects of what we're doing, is totally different than anything that's available today.
And you're also doing sports as well?
Sporting events.
Gaming?
We do gaming, so there's quite a few different areas for that. So on the sports side, we work with Fox on their feature tees. So Fox, when they're doing a golf event, they have all these resources out there doing one primary feed, camera operators, all sorts of things. They created an enhanced feed for their .com delivery that had all the insight onto the golfers, to their clubs, the ball speed, the ball rotation, and that the fans, the big golf fans, could watch that enhanced feed that wouldn't be appropriate for a standard broadcast. And in the case of Blizzard for their Overwatch League, there was a unique opportunity. We did the main broadcast feed with them, which used traditional HD-SDI feeds. But for one of their partners, they had to deliver 2 feeds for every player, every gamer. They needed to do an ISO feed of their game with stats and a multi-view feed. But there was 12 gamers, so we needed 24 feeds to do that. 24 unique feeds, all fonted with graphics and overlaid. And the traditional workflow would have started getting a little cumbersome and expensive to do 24 CGs, keyers, switchers, routing. And we did it all in Singular, and we were able to do it in a much more streamlined approach that was delivered to their partner via a stream.
And this is a B2B service?
Yes, it is. We're currently working B2B with a lot of our clients so they can deliver their content, whether it's partners that have delivery mechanisms out there or it's content creators. It is available to use for consumers as well, and we're working on refining that offering. But for the most part, right now, we're going B2B because there's an immediate need to be able to do high-end content quickly and easily.
How do people use Singular?
Very good question. Well, we wanted to change the approach to actually using the product as well. Singular works in a web browser. It's all cloud-based. You can simply log on and download it from a browser. Not only that, you can use it completely in the browser. There's no dedicated hardware, no software, no licensing. And this was part of our strategy. We didn't want to lower the barriers to entry. We wanted to remove the barriers altogether. Traditional systems takes weeks, maybe even months to set up and require a vast infrastructure. You can be up and running in minutes with Singular. We've provided everything. There's an authoring environment to create the graphics, but we've also provided over 100 professionally designed templates that can be used. There's control systems so you can build your rundowns and play the graphics out. And there's a lot of compatible software that you can use with Singular for your desktop playout or your cloud-based solutions. So we tried to think about a lot of those issues, and really we wanted to change the paradigm altogether about how you approach this type of production.
That's great. Well, thank you so much for reminding us that there is more that can add value to your content.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having me, Maria.
And I really look forward to seeing you next year at Connected Media IP and seeing what you've done in the last year.
Fantastic. Me too.